banks of the Ohio River. There's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This goes out wide for Mixon. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs. And
confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. First carry for Josh Jacobs. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And that is incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
11.
56. Throwing now. Burrow on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
11 mighty, 11 MT.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's where they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11, 11, 11. 56.
From the 35 on second down. Burrow got a man open. It's Chase. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Jonah Williams, former first-round pick, the guilty party. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
11 MT tight. 11 MT tight.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Burrow will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Fourth and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. Burrow going for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Back to throw now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And the Bengals are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for the Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach. Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
And they'll get this to Ruggs on the jet sweep.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. No problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. He'll to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Open man is Chase, complete. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Play action. It's Burrow. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And that's out quickly to Chase. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
11.
Burrow looking to pass. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. Touchdown, Bengals. Corey Davis. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted.
Picked off at the 48, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
11 Thomas. 11 MT. Hey.
They go play action with Burrow. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow on play action.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. As Jamar Chase, the intended receiver.
And now it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
You better be afraid of me. Bang. 11 mighty.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
11. 56 the mark, boys. 56. 12.
Now Burrow. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. McPherson's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Taking in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
And that'll set them back 5. They go play action here on first down.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off around the 41. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Josh Jones there to get him down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. To throw here.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Mixon with a first down carry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Back to Mixon on first down. Runs through the contact. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that.
And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 44. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Another great throw there, and we talked about him when he broke the single-season record. But that last completion, CD, that puts him over 6,000 yards passing on the season. Just unheard of.
Brandon, there was a time not long ago when 3,000 yards was the gold standard for quarterbacks. He's doubled that. If more people come along like him and hit that type of a number, if you throw for 3,000 yards, you're in danger of losing your job. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10.
11 MT. 11 MT. 11.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Burrow on 3rd down. This goes out wide for Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
To Mixon on the check down. Not much there, only a yard. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
12. 12.
56. Mike's 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
12. 12. 12.
Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. 56.
To the air again, Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
The defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Play action. It's Burrow. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Ready?
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Kill, kill, kill. Turn. Kill, kill, kill. Turn.
12. 12.
Mike, bye, bye. Mike, bye, bye. I'm going to run you over.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Again, it's Burrow. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, Burrow. And he's got it. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Burrow will throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And that stretches the lead to 27.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
McPherson on for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there for the Raiders.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away to his left. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Back to throw. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Looking to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes,
the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
11.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow slings this deep from McLaurin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey.